जय राधा माधव कुंज विहार गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय राधा माधव
कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
यशोदा नंदन ब्रज जनार्दन यमुना तीरवनचारि।
यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरवनचारी।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी।
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 गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन
यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन
यमुना तीरावनचारि।
यमुना तीरवनचारि।
यमुना तीरावनचारि।
यमुना तीरवनचारि।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी।
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसदि भक्तवृंद।
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवसदि गौर भक्तवृंद।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Jayo Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Shri Radha. Jayo Jagannatha
Jai
Jaya
Radha,
Baladeva Subhadra Ma Jaya Sudarshan Jaya Gopala Dev Jaya Gopala Dev Gopala Dev Jaya Gopala Dev Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Patita Pavana Gauranitai Jaya Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Jaya Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Sri Pad Gurudev. जय गुरु महाराज श्रील श्रीपाद की जय. जगतगुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय. Continuing Bhagavatam Seva, this is from the Srimad Bhagavatam, 8th canto, 9th chapter, verse number 16, 17 and 18. 3 slokas. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishike. So this is verse number 16 and 17. Pranmukeshu Pavisteshu Sureshu Ditijeshu Cha Sureshu Ditijeshu Cha Dhupamodita Shalayam Jushtayam Malya Deepikai Jushtayam Malya Deepikai Pranmukeshu Pavisteshu Sureshu Ditijeshu Cha Dhupamodita Shalayam Jushtayam Malya Deepikai. The next verse. Tasyam Narendra Karaborushaddukula Tasyam Narendra Karaborushaddukula Shroni Tatala Sagatir Madavihvalakshi Shroni Tatala Sagatir Madavihvalakshi Sakujati Kanakanupura Sinjitena Sakujati Kanakanupura Sinjitena Kumbhastani Kalasapani Rata Vishesha Kumbhastani Kalasapani Rata Vishesha Tasyam Narendra Karabhorurushaddukula Shroni Tatala Sagatir Madavihvalakshi Sakujati Kanakanupura Sinjitena Kumbhastani Kalasapani Rata Vishesha. Translation by Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada ki Jai. O king, as the demigods and demons sat facing east in an arena fully decorated with flower garlands and lamps and fragrant with the smoke of incense, that woman, dressed in a most beautiful sari, her ankle bells tinkling, entered the arena, walking very slowly because of her big, low hips. Her eyes were restless due to youthful pride. Her breasts were like water jugs. Her thighs resembled the trunks of elephants, and she carried a water pot in her hand. So the next verse, there is no purport here. Verse number 18. Tam Shri Sakim Kanaka Kundala Charu Karnam. Tam Shri Sakim Kanaka Kundala Charu Karnam. Nasa Kapola Vadanam Paradevatakyam. Nasa Kapola Vadanam Paradevatakyam. Samviksha Sammumuhurutsmita Vikshanena. Samvikshya Sammumuhurutsmitavíkshanena Devasura Vigalita Stanapattikantam Devasura Vigalita Stanapattikantam Tam Shri Sakim Kanaka Kundala Charu Karnam Nasa Kapola Vadanam Paradevatakyam Samvikshya Sammumuhurutsmitavíkshanena Devasura Vigalita Stanapattikantam. Translation, purport by Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Translation. Her attractive nose and cheeks and her ears, adorned with golden earrings, made her face very beautiful. As she moved, her sari's border on her breast moved slightly aside. When the demigods and demons saw these beautiful features of Mohini Murti, who was glancing at them and slightly smiling, they were all completely enchanted. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur remarks here that Mohini Murti is the supreme personality of Godhead in a feminine form, and that the goddess of fortune is her associate. This form assumed by the personality of Godhead challenged the goddess of fortune. The goddess of fortune is beautiful, but if the Lord accepts the form of a woman, he surpasses the goddesses of fortune in beauty. It is not that the goddess of fortune, being female, is the most beautiful. The Lord is so beautiful that he can excel any beautiful goddess of fortune by assuming a female form. Om Ajnanatirmirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Sarubdamodhar Swamin Niti Namine Nama Sadbhaktamanaye Manipur Udbhavaya Cha Prabhupada Satvani Prachara Niratayate Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Pashyata Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarurvyasya Kripa Sindhuvya Evacha पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। नाम संकीर्तनं यस्य सर्व पाप प्रणाशनं, प्रणामो दुःखशमनस्तं नमामि हरिं परम्। संसार सागरे मग्नं दीनं मां करुणानिधे, कर्मग्राह्य गृहीतांगं मामुद्धार भवार्णवात्। श्रीमद्भागवतमाख्योऽयं प्रत्यक्ष कृष्ण एव हि, स्वीकृतोऽसि मया नाथ मुख्यर्थं भवसागरे। हरे नाम हरे नामैव केवलं, कलौ नास्त्यैव गतिरन्यथा। So we are in the eighth canto where the Samudra Manthan Leela is going on. So this eighth canto, mainly all the topics covered is mostly regarding the Manvantara, or the reign of the 14 Manus in the current day of Lord Brahma. So in Brahma's one day, there are 14 Manus, and we are in the seventh Manvantara, the son of the sun god, Surya Dev. Vaivasvata Manu. Vivaswan is the sun god. His son, Vaivasvata Manu, is the one who is currently the Manu who is ruling over. We are under Manu's reign now, actually. So besides this, we have this Gajendra Moksha. We already covered that. Then we just covered the Samudra Manthan. Then there is Bali Maharaj's deliverance, how Bali Maharaj will be delivered by Lord Vaman Dev. And finally, there is a pastimes of Matsya Avatar. So these avatars are all there. These episodes will all follow in this eighth canto. But the main thing is that the Lord's protection is being very vividly or very clearly described in these different pastimes in the eighth canto. So the Bhagavatam, in the very first canto, it is mentioned, Avatara hi asankhya. These avatars, or the avatar means somebody who descends from the spiritual platform. These avatars are asankhya. There is no end to them. You cannot count them. Maybe if you work very hard, you can count all the atoms within the universe, but it is not possible to count the number of incarnations of the Lord. It's simply like the sea waves, they just keep coming one after another. And these avatars, they have different purposes for their appearance. And also, they are classified into six varieties actually. We have the Leela avatars, we have the Manvantara avatars, we have the Yuga avatars, we have the Guna avatars. So, like this, there are different categories. And now, Mohini Murti, she comes under the Leela avatar. Just for a pastime sake, she's appearing. So, in the entire Bhagavatam, you will hear the description of Mohini Murti in two places. One is now here during the Samandha Manthan, how she is coming to protect the demigods by giving them the Amrit and fooling the demons. And then we will hear in the same Mohini Murti appearing in the 11th canto, where she, because Lord Shiva is absent here, Lord Shiva, he drank the poison. So his wife, Parvati Devi, Uma Devi, she caught hold of his neck to prevent the poison from spreading down into the body, and she took him away to administer treatment to him. So, like a very, how do you say, a duty conscious wife, she was doing this job. So, Shivji, he couldn't have darshan of Mohini Murti. So later on in the 11th canto, we see how he is requesting the Lord, my Lord, I've seen your male form, so many different forms, but I want to see the feminine form. So you please show me the Mohini Murti. And Vishnu says, no, it is all right. You don't have to see. Are you sure you want to see? And then he still insists. Everybody saw that. They were so fascinated. They're all talking stories about that. So I also want to see. So eventually, the Lord displays that Mohini Murti form, and even Shiva becomes bewildered. Lord Shiva, he becomes bewildered. He's supposed to be the top among all the devatas. He's called Mahadev. Vaishnavanam Yata Sambhu, the topmost Vaishnava, he also becomes so bewildered, he forgets his own wife, Parvati Devi, Maya Devi, and he starts pursuing our Mohini Murti. So this pastime will come in the 11th canto. So like I was saying, the different avatars, they have different purposes. Like Kapila Muni, he appears for propounding the Sankhya philosophy. And Vyasdev, he is a literary incarnation, Sahitya avatar they call, and he came for compiling the Vedic literatures. So Mohini Murthy's job, only one job, is to bewilder the living entities. Krishna is all attractive, and he is a reservoir not only of all pleasure, but also of all beauty, all strength, all power, all knowledge, and all renunciation. Krishna is a full storehouse or the reservoir of all these qualities. So when you're taking beauty, the beauty aspect, then this beauty also, Krishna's beauty is incomparable. So when Krishna takes a female form, you can think of the beauty of Radharani or you can think of the beauty of Mohini Murti. There is no comparison in the material world. You know, uh, we have this Miss World, Miss Universe, but Mohini Murti, when she came, she's like Miss Cosmos or like Miss Creation. The entire creation, beauty personified. There was no fault in any of her bodily limbs. Everything was so proportionately beautiful. And people, generally, there are standards of beauty. If you see all over the world, they have a particular female body shape is there, then there is a facial features, how the face should look, then the color of the skin also, the skin tones, what is the most attractive skin tone, then there is a height, the height of the lady, there is a clothing, you know, the cloth she wears, the style of the way she wears the cloth, then the hairstyle, and then other the body weight, whether the weight is distributed. So all these features, they carry in different countries, they have different standards. But the ideal standard, and if you consider the entire creation, that form is there present in front of them as Mohini Murti. So that's why this description is very nicely, very vividly it is given. And these demigods and demons, after Mohini Murti is taking that pot of nectar from them, she's asking them all to sit facing east. So this eastern direction has very importance because the sun rises there. The very first Gayatri is called the Surya Gayatri, and we chant that. We pray to the Surya Dev, like you illuminate this entire universe, may this transcendental knowledge or these mantras illuminate our spiritual life. So this is the very first thing. So when you're sitting and doing any activity towards the eastern direction, it is meant to give you knowledge. The opposite of knowledge, you turn towards the west and you're facing west and you're doing, then west is supposed to bring you worries. You face the south, is supposed to bring you wealth. And if you're facing the north, it is supposed to bring you liberation. So these four directions, they have some significance like that. That's why people generally prefer a house with the door facing east or a door facing north. They don't prefer the other two. If there's no other option, they have to make a house, they do it. But still, they don't keep the main door facing those two directions, west and south. Generally, they don't do that. So anyway, they're all of them sitting there and they are all facing towards the east. And it is said in a nice arena, fully decorated with flower garlands and lamps and fragrant with the smoke of incense. So the setting is very beautiful. Everybody is seated there. And then Mohini Murti is specifically mentioned. She is dressed in a very beautiful sari. Clothes, they make half the person. Clothes make half the man, they say. Prabhupada used to say, you dress and you address. So if you're dressed very nicely, automatically people feel like looking at you. So she was dressed in a very beautiful sari. And then we're seeing how her ankle bells, that tinkling sound. It's very nice to hear. It kind of completely soothes your mind. And it also completely captivates your mind when this tinkling sound is heard. So she's coming into the arena, and it is mentioned she's walking very slowly because of her low and big hips. So this is a sign actually. If the lady, she has a very broad and big hips and low hips, it means she can bear a lot of children. as far as fertility is concerned, no, the scientific view is that if the lady's hips are bigger, she has more amount of fat stored there, so she can produce more children. This is the understanding, and it gives a very nice shape, very completely opposite shape to the male form. It gives a very beautiful shape to the feminine form. So she is walking very slowly because of these heavy hips. And then it is mentioned, eyes were very restless due to youthful pride. So Krishna's eyes, even otherwise, Krishna's eyes is always wandering. It doesn't stay still in one place. The Lord is looking everywhere. So, and that's why devotees, when they pray, you please give me a sidelong glance. That is enough for me. Don't fully stare at me. The way the devotees pray, they said, "My Lord, you cast your sidelong glance at me. That is sufficient. I'll be delivered. I can get your mercy that way. I'll be very happy." They don't say you fully stare at me with both your eyes like that. Nobody says that. So this restless eyes, the same way, Mohini Murthy's eyes also are moving here and there, and it is mentioned it is because of a youthful pride. So ladies, generally young ladies, and they are very beautiful. They like to see how many people's attention they are catching. Mataji should not take offense because I'm saying certain things, but there is one sannyasi who was giving a class. This is for the brahmachari, so you please don't mind. I should be more subtle. But ladies generally, Maharaj was saying, "वो अपना हैसियत बता देती है." That I'm here, you look at me. The ladies generally, unless they are nice devotees, they have this tendency to draw the attraction of the opposite gender. So if she's not physically very beautiful, at least she'll try to speak smartly or she'll try to sing smartly, and somehow or the other, she'll cook nicely or some way she will try to grab your attention. But otherwise, if she's lacking in all those skills and personal beauty, at least she'll try to be angry, she'll slam the door or something, and she'll try to grab your attention. So the lady's nature is generally like that. They want to grab the attention of the opposite gender. So here, these eyes are moving because of youthful pride. She's very beautiful. Mohini Murthy knows that. And because of that, I'm being proud that I have so much beauty. She's looking, one all are looking at me. Let me see if anybody is missing. Like that, she's thing. But actually, she's casting the merciful glance on all the living entities and she's delivering them. Simply the darshan of the Lord is enough to deliver one from material existence. So she's blessing all those people by looking at all of them. So then it is mentioned, her breasts were like water jugs. I don't know why they make this comparison, because to my notion of a water jug, the shape itself is like something very different. The jug is like it at the base, it is very heavy, and the top it is generally narrow, and that is where you pour the water. So unless the lady is very elderly and her breasts are sagging, it doesn't look exactly like water jugs. Maybe we are talking about water pots. Olden days, probably when they say water jugs, they are talking about water pots, which is very round. So her breasts are compared like to water jugs, and is mentioned her thighs resemble the trunks of elephant. So heavy. And then you see the trunk of the elephant will taper down like that. So it is, the hips are big, the thighs are also big, and generally it tapers down. So it gives you that nice, beautiful curve, the lady's shape. And she carried a water pot in her hand. So this water pot is actually the Amrita colors. So she's carrying that and she's coming into the arena. In the next verse, it is being said, her attractive nose and cheeks and ears adorned with golden earrings made her face very beautiful. Some people, when they wear like gold and silver ornaments, it looks very beautiful on them because of the skin color. And Mohini Murthy's color is actually the color of a blue lotus, a freshly sprouted dark blue lotus. So it is like, it's a brilliant blue, dark blue. It is dark color, very enchanting. And when this shining golden ornaments are placed over that, it actually looks very contrasting and very attractive. So if you see somebody who is having a very dark skin and that person is wearing a light white color or a light color or yellow colored robes, it looks very attractive because of the contrast of the skin tones along with the dress. Same way, somebody is very fair. If they wear like dark red or dark black color or some other dark colors, it looks very nice on their skin. It looks very beautiful to look at them. So here we see that these golden ornaments on that the attractive nose, cheeks, and ears, all the whole combination is making her face very beautiful. And saying, as she moved, her sari's border on her breast moved slightly aside. So naturally, when the movement is there, the saris, if it is draped very loosely across, sometimes the saris may slip like that. So it's slightly moved when she's walking. When the demigods and demons saw these beautiful features of Mohini Murti, who was glancing at them and smiling slightly, they were all completely enchanted. So the beauty of the female form, the epitome of the beauty of all feminine features, all perfection, you can see in Mohini Murti's form. So these, not only the demigods, not only the demons, even the demigods also, when they're seeing all these features of the Lord in a female form, they're totally, completely enchanted. They just got away. Everybody is with like open mouth and just staring at her, full focus on Mohini Murti. So Prabhupada and is mentioning Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's remark that Mohini Murti is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So non-different. Like Radharani is also the Supreme Personality. Same way, Mohini Murti is also the Supreme Personality and in a feminine form. And it is mentioned the goddess of fortune is her associate. So the form assumed by the personality of Godhead challenged the goddesses of fortune. Lakshmiji's description is also there, how very beautiful she was, that all the demons and demigods were literally fighting to marry her. That has also been mentioned. Just during the Samudra Manthan, when she comes out, Lakshmi Devi, they all fight. And then eventually they decide, let her choose. And she takes a Varmala and she puts it on Lord Vishnu and saying, I think only he is qualified. So that Lakshmi Devi, her beauty compared to the Supreme Lord's form and the Mohini form, it pales in comparison. Actually. That's what is being mentioned. No doubt, goddess of fortune is beautiful, but if the Lord accepts the form of a woman, he completely surpasses the goddess of fortune in beauty. So we cannot even begin to imagine all these things unless we have, by some mercy of the Lord, we are able to see all these forms. It is not that the goddess of fortune being female is the most beautiful, but the Lord is so beautiful that he can excel any beautiful goddess of fortune by assuming a female. So whatever the Lord does, he does it very perfectly. So if he is acting like a child, his behavior as a child will be perfect. If he is acting as a guru, the behavior as a spiritual master will be perfect. So if he's taking on a female form, nobody can find any fault in that. That's how beautiful he looks. So this is something regarding these two. There's not much except the description of Mohini Murti's beauty and how everybody is enchanted. I think I'll stop here. Thank you very much for your patient listening, Hare Krishna. Anybody has any questions, any suggestions, or any comments, please?
Thank you very much, Prabhu, for this wonderful
Hare
class.
Krishna.
So I would like to invite our devotees. Any questions?
Hare Krishna.
Sanatan, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, brother. Who has unmuted in between?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Yes, brother. Yes, if anyone is having any question regarding today's class, they can raise the hand. Yes, Prabhuji, our Radha Govind Prabhu is having a question. Yes, Prabhuji, please.
Govinda.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji,
Hare Krishna. Dandavad.
This is Neil Madhav, yes.
Oh, Neil Madhav. Yeah, Haribol.
I have one question, Prabhuji. Now both both of the demons and demigods, both of them are getting attracted by beauty of Supreme Personality of Godhead, right?
Yeah.
So they like whether by by Upkar Brook, if they get attracted to Supreme Personality of Godhead, they will get some. They will get like good benefits only, right?
Yeah. See, even if you have lusty desires, you have anger, you have all these bad qualities, no? So-called bad qualities you have. But still, if you are focusing all those qualities on the Supreme Lord, the Lord is Shuddham Apapa Viddham. He is completely pure. And Apapa Viddham means none of your sin can touch him. So although you approach him with all these wrong traits, that you're lusty or you're angry with him, you're very afraid of him, or you want to kill him, or any way you approach him, the Lord purifies that and he accepts you. This is the beauty. So these people are they are lusty. Their lusty desires are elevated by seeing the beauty of Mohini Murti, but still purification is taking place. See, even Lord Shiva is bewildered. It is so beautiful. But later on, he regains his composure and he is not afflicted by Maya. So, this is the Lord's blessings actually. That pastime will come in the 11th canto. So, there is nothing. See, anything, the beauty of the Lord, it purifies us. There is no doubt about that. So, although they were having the wrong intentions, still the final result will be something very auspicious because they have approached the Supreme Lord. Got it?
Yes, bro. So here I want to like ask question like when Dhruv Maharaj saw Lord Narayan form, he forgot all his desires.
Hmm.
So whether the same thing happens here also, like when both the demigods and demons they see Mohini Murti, they forget their actual like the desire, the material desire with which they have approached. Are that things happening here?
And the demons completely forgot, of course, because they were fighting for the Amrit, right? They completely forgot and they gave it all to Mohini Murti and said, "You do whatever you want." But as far as the demigods, because the Lord's mercy is there on them, no, He told them that I will be coming like that. He must have informed them. So because of that, although they were also in the same boat like the demons, they were much more controlled and they were anyway getting the Amrit. You got the point? It is
Yeah,
true. It will make you completely forget. But the demigods, because of being little bit in Sattva-gun, they are able to overcome this. But even among the demons, you see, this Rahu and Ketu, they understood something is going on and they dressed up like demigods and they came and sat and they tried to drink. So even among the demons, there are some very smart guys like that.
point of my intention was to ask this question is like they will even whether demigods or demons, they will by seeing Supreme Personality of God, they will forget these things now. They want this thing or
See, what you're saying is like
Druma.
Dhruv Maharaj didn't want the planet, right? That's what he was
Yeah,
saying. The same way
yeah,
these people, they say, I don't want the nectar. This is
yeah,
what you're
yeah,
saying.
yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
definitely that must have been their bhav.
Okay.
Definitely that must have been the bhav. If you see such kind of beauty, you'll forget everything else in the world. Shivji forgot his wife. So how can these ordinary demigods, they can withstand Mohini Murti's beauty? They forgot, but she came for that particular purpose, so she distributed to the demigods. And probably they were just looking at her and drinking the Amrit. Sone pe suhaga, they say, right? We say sometimes a banana slips and it falls into the kheer pot, something like that. They must have completely forgotten. She enchants the entire universe. That is how beautiful Mohini Murti is. We cannot compare. Cannot compare.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Naresh.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Sanatan.
Our Shyam Kishore Prabhuji is having a question at some. Just Prabhuji, please unmute yourself.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Shyam Prabhu, Dandavat Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, question is that the Lord is the most beautiful. But He accepts even the female form, like with like that even excel Lakshmi Devi's beauty, the most beautiful. Then why in this world, certain creation, the males are so much enamored by the female everywhere in the heavenly planet, in the earth planet, in the lower planets. That is the last snare of Maya, no?
Yeah.
That, between towards the
Yes. Opposite sex. Yeah.
yeah. If the Lord is the most beautiful, then we should be enchanted totally by Him. Why enchanted by the beauty of opposite gender?
So you know the story, right? In Srirangam, Ramanujacharya, he was seeing during one festival, he saw that there is this very young, very nice looking gentleman who was carrying an umbrella for a lady and very attentive to that lady, directly staring at the face of the lady. Temple procession, the Lord was going in the palki, you know, they take the deities around the temple. But instead of looking at the deity, this person was fully focused on that lady in front for whom he was carrying this umbrella. So Ramanujacharya, he asked his disciples to go bring that guy to him. So when that person came, Ramanujacharya asked him, what do you see in that lady that the deity is going, you're not even looking at the deity, but you're staring at that lady's face like that. Who is she? Oh, she is my wife and she has very beautiful eyes. So I'm very attracted to these eyes. Just one feature, he was saying. I'm very attracted to the eyes, I cannot stop. Then Ramanujacharya asked him that if I show you some more beautiful eyes, will you stop this? And he said, yes. I have not found any more beautiful eyes than hers. If you can show me some more beautiful eyes, yes, I will. I will not start like this. I will not do that. So then Ramanujacharya called him to come to the evening Aarti in Srirangam. And in front of Ranganath Swami, he made him stand. And during the Aarti time, he prayed to the Lord. My Lord, you please reveal your lotus eyes. So in the light of the lamp, when the lamp was brought close to the face, the Lord's eyes, they manifest actually. And when this person saw the Lord's eyes, he completely forgot himself. So he surrendered to Ramanujacharya, and both of them, the husband and wife, they took initiation from him, and they became so much exalted devotees actually. So the point is that, see, we are not able to see. Our vision is mundane vision. We are not still having the transcendental vision. We don't even have the Shastra Chakshu actually. We're trying to understand all these things. You see everything to the scriptures we say, but even that vision we don't have. We just accept that Guru Maharaj and Prabhupada and all these acharyas, whatever they are saying is true, that faith is there. So because of that, we are surviving. But one day when you actually see, then you will be able to overcome this attraction to the opposite gender. Otherwise, it's very difficult. It's very difficult. And so we have to pray. We have to pray to all these acharyas. Please somehow save that little spark of devotion and you protect us always. It's not easy, Prabhu. It's not easy at all.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Does anyone else would like to ask any question? If so, please raise your hand. Hare Krishna. It seems there are no further questions, Prabhuji. So maybe we can conclude further.
Okay. जय गुरु महाराज श्रील श्रीपाद की जय, जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, जय मोहिनी मूर्ति की जय, जय बीए भक्तवृंद की जय. हरे कृष्ण. Thank you.
Grace Mother Manohar Prabhu ki jai. Thank you.
Guru
Thank you
Maharaj,
all for
Guru Maharaj ki jai.
the
Guru Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.